Welcome to Zombunity-MUD tutorial on logins. Zombunity-MUD is hosted on GitHub, cwmcguire/Zombunity-MUD. Take 25. Logins are handled in the HTTP server in the HTTP namespace. On a connection, we'll kick off a login message. Dispatch will check to see if we have any user ID registered in the con users map for the connection that you're connecting with. And it won't find one when you first connected, so it will kick you off to the login daemon. The login daemon will look for some login state. If it doesn't find any in the database, we'll see that here. There's no login state, and so it'll kick you off to first login prompt, which will set up that state and then prompt you for a login. From that point on, you'll be doing text events from the client, and so we'll send up a text event. And so because you still don't have a user ID associated with your connection, it'll get kicked back to login again. And login will see that you do have some login state. It'll also notice that your the number of login prompts that you've been sent is greater than the number of passwords that you've been sent. The passwords is less. And so it'll know that we're receiving a text event with your login. So we'll store that, and that'll update the login state. And then we'll also prompt you for a password, which will update the number of times that we prompt you for a password. And now there's our password prompt. If we put in, let's just say A again for giggles, it will send up another text event to the server. The server will see that we still don't have a user ID. We'll get kicked back to the login daemon. Login daemon will see that number of password prompts is equal to the number of login prompts, and we'll call check login. We've already got your login from the database from that the login state table. You can see that here. And so it will say check the login with the login we got from the database, the text, which is now their password, the number of logins. And if it finds a user that matches the login and password, we get login succeeded. Otherwise, we get, if we have more attempts, we get login prompt again, or we get max login attempts exceeded, just because it's a message saying we've used up all our login attempts. And we can see here that we got entered login again. So we had more attempts left, but we didn't match any users. So we'll send this up again. It'll go through this login state, see that we've had one more login prompt than password prompts, and so it'll store the text event as the login, prompt us for a password again, which we can see here. This time we'll enter in the proper password. Hit send. This time it'll go to check login. It'll see that we've got a user, and so it'll call login succeeded, which kicks off another message with type user logged in. And so go to the dispatch function. We'll see that user logged in. That message type maps to a list of functions, a set of functions actually, and the only function in there is register user con. User con will take our con users map and associate the connection ID that we have right now to a user ID. And now we are logged in. So now if we send up more text events, they'll have a user ID, and so we'll be able to skip the login function and go to other functions. So let's send up some more text. We'll send up C, and we get command not recognized because when you send up events from the client, they are text events, and the parse daemon handles text messages and takes the first word off of the message and sends up another event with the type as that first word, and then the rest of the words as the args. And so dispatch will look for a daemon that will handle message types of that first word. What we sent up was C, so it's looking for daemons that handle messages of type C, and we don't have any. So when it goes to find those functions and doesn't find any, we'll say use this list of functions instead, and it only has command not recognized, which will send a message to the client saying we didn't recognize that message of type, and then that was the word that you entered of type C. So command not recognized C. And that is how logins currently work in Zombunity-MUD.